Hi, everyone. I'm Ann Griffin, and I'm a product leader and product coach. I've been creating these videos about using AI for product discovery with the key piece of how do we actually use AI in product discovery to enhance our human and customer connection and not replace our own, I'll say, like human insights and thinking, but actually amplifying our superpowers. And originally today, I was going to actually show how I've used tools like V0 to create designs for things like error states where I'm unblocking my developers. My developers might come to me and say, hey, Anne, I need a design for this really simple thing. I make the tweaks in V0, hand it off to my designers. They approve that, make any tweaks that they need to, and I've unblocked my developer and they know what to do, how to move forward. But instead of that, I actually said, well, let's show another variation of how I can actually iterate on an existing product instead of creating a brand new product with a prototyping tool like V0. So let's pretend I work for Substack. For the record, I do not work for Substack. I'm no way affiliated with them. I love posting on their platform, but I don't work for them. And I want to add an insights tab. And what does that mean? I don't mean just regular analytics. I specifically mean I want to actually tell users, hey, your best posts happen on these days. Your best posts have these themes. Here are some areas for growth in terms of topics that your audience might be really interested in. So you see, I uploaded an image here from V0 or well, from Substack of what the current dashboard looks like. And in addition to that, I've included this prompt with the type of example content that I want to see. And so here, I'm going to tell it, please make me this prototype. It's going to go through. Sometimes it gives me a little error, but it's okay. I love these different prototyping tools. V0, I've enjoyed the most for design focused things that don't need to be too heavily functional. I'm a big fan of Replit, and I like Replit for things that need to be a little bit more robust and functional, especially things that can easily take my OpenAI API keys if I want a tool that's going to actually have some generative AI features in it. But for this, I just want a simple design. And again, we're pretending here that I'm a Substack PM and we want to have our users, we want to have our author users have insights into what their best performing content is doing. One moment, it's just having a little bit of an error state. It'll fix itself, but I'll keep talking about our authors while it fixes that. So if our authors know what is going to make them successful, they're going to keep running into this dopamine hit of when they have successful content. They're going to feel encouraged. They're going to continue to post on Substack. The more content that these people are producing on Substack, the more readers for obviously our authors, but also the more readers on the Substack platform. That's what Substack wants. So really, this is a really great way to get our authors to post not just more content, but more successful content, which is really going to help them. So this is a really great way in which we are helping our customers win, and we are also helping ourselves as a business win. Again, this is just an example. I am not someone who works for Substack. This is really interesting. So as you can see, some of these tools do some really interesting things. I may have to refresh, which may mean I may lose my Loom video. One moment, actually. You're going to actually, maybe we'll just do some live fixing. So these tools, as you can see, are not perfect, but if you have a little bit of patience, they can do some great things. So let's see if it's able to fix itself without me reloading everything. As you can see, they're also trying to make it so you don't need to code to just do a really simple example. You can see, because this is just an example prototype, it's making up some data for me based on the prompt that I gave it, knowing that, hey, this is content. We want to give these people insights based on when they post, what they post, those sort of themes. It's thinking very hard. Okay. Wonderful. So let's see what this looks like. So here we have things like our content themes, machine learning, data science, really interesting. We have some graphs that didn't quite make it in their box, but that's okay. That's something we can fix later. And we can also see the video content outperforms by 25%, best times to post. I think this graph just accidentally got posted here. I don't think it really belongs there. Key traffic sources, key performance metrics, where it's 25 above average views, and then growth opportunities. Try starting a podcast series. So really interesting. One thing to note about generative AI in general is that it is probabilistic, not deterministic. So I actually did this exercise right before the video. Let me show you the prototype it actually came up with that I actually liked a lot. I actually liked it significantly better than this one. So let's go into that one. This is the same exact prompt, and we'll just give you a really great example of probabilistic versus deterministic. So here you can see this content performance piece up here. I really like that this starts here where it's like your top posts convert 5% more subscribers. So I don't know than my other posts, than other people on Substack. Hopefully I would, have to get more specific in my prompt or update it and say, hey, you forgot this part of my prompt, best posting time, format success, the key content theme. So I like this one a lot better. But again, this is when you're working with generative AI. Number one, why it's really important to have your own thinking. I did this really quickly, so I didn't necessarily get super detailed, but having your own thinking so you can be very specific, because otherwise that second option I just showed you, well, you're seeing it. You saw it first, but it's the one I worked on before this one you're seeing now. This one to me is better, but you could end up with that other option as your first option and be like, oh, this is not very good. That's because really, if you're using this in your day job, you should really be pretty crystal clear about like, what are you asking for? Maybe you could ask it to do a couple things and change things around. But this one I think was a lot better starting point. But just an example of, if you're taking an existing product and you want to show somebody you're thinking on, hey, here's all this stuff. How do I show you an example based on an existing product? You just upload that image, and then you want to make sure you have a pretty detailed prompt that is like really clear in your thinking. And it's why your own thinking is really important. You shouldn't just have AI determine everything for you. So I hope you really liked, or hope you really got a lot out of this video in terms of thinking about how you can use this to actually improve your own product and also show people internally what you're talking about so you can collaborate better on like, what should we do next? How do we show this new feature, whether it's a new feature, a new error state. And upcoming February 24th, the 5th edition of Jumpstart Your AI Career is live on O'Reilly. I'm super excited to teach it again. It is especially wonderful for tech professionals who want to know, where should I start in upskilling in AI? It is not a coding course. It's not necessarily a prototyping course. I've had people who are engineers, product managers, product designers, all take it. And it's really about how do you build your own upskilling roadmap in AI. Also, I mentioned at the beginning, but I am a product coach. So if you are really enjoying these videos and you want to find out if, it'd be a good fit to work together, feel free to reach out, or just reach out and say hello. Happy to talk. And, if you want to talk about AI, prototyping, or product management, I would love to. And lastly, I will say, stay curious, and I will talk to you soon. Well, possibly next time I will actually get to how you use Claude, ChatGPT for writing Jira tickets. So possibly we'll do that next time. Stay curious. Bye.